Alright guys, so today we'll start with a discussion of CAT 2008 paper of DILR section. Alright. So before we start with the discussion, I am going to give you time 1 hour to solve all the questions. So before, those who are watching the videos or if you want to participate in the discussion, so please solve all these questions for 1 hour. There are total of 25 questions are there. Okay. So for these 25 questions, you can take your time approximately, let's say at the max 1 hour. Okay. And then after 1 hour, I'll start with the discussion. How many of you have already solved these questions? Is there anyone who have already solved the CAT 2008 paper? No one has solved. Okay, great. So if none of you have solved quant section, not the DILR. Okay, take care. So let's do the DILR today. So I'm going to give you the rights here. Just check whether you all have got the rights or not. Just a minute. Okay. Yes. Now all of you, please check whether you all have got the rights to navigate through the slide. Okay, now you know the navigation bar is on the left hand side. Okay, the navigation bar is on the left hand side and you can even see the, just a minute. There is a thumbnail view. Are you all able to access the thumbnail view also? Please tell me. Yes, sir? Yeah, okay. So you can see this is the DILR CAT 2008 section. So there is a thumbnail view also. So you all can start. The time limit is till 9:30. Okay. So 25 questions, time limit is 9:30. Your target should be to maximize your score. Try to attempt as much question as possible, all of you. So please start. And for the next 1 hour, I'm going to mute myself. Alright. So you all can start. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to tell you the answer key and then after that, we'll start with the discussion. Okay. So let's start with the here. Question number 1. Can anyone tell me what is the answer for question number 1? All those who have tried. What is the answer for question number 1? Please tell me. Anyone? Okay. Option number 5. No, the correct answer for question number 1 is nothing but that is option number 3, which is 184. Alright. Now, next question. Question number 2. What is the answer for question number 2? Option 2. That's right. The correct answer for this is option number 2. Then question number 3. What is the answer for question number 3? That is option 3, which is equal to 25. Okay. Then after that, I can say question number 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3 is done. Then 4 to 7 based on bar graph. What is the answer for question number 4? That is option number 3. Okay, so for question number 4, the answer is option number 3. Okay. For next question, this is 4. Then for 5th, the answer is option 1. Okay. So 3rd is done, 4th, 5th, 6th. For question number 6, the answer is option number 1. Okay. For question number 7, the answer is option 4. Alright. For question number 8 to 10, let's see here. So for question number 8, the correct answer is option 3. Alright. For 9, it is option 3. For 10, it is option number 2. Alright. And let's move to question number 11. Okay, a very, very difficult set, question number 11 to 15. Okay, I'll say one of the most difficult set in the history of the CAT. Question number 11, the answer is option 1. Okay, question number 12, the answer is option number 5. Okay, question number 13, the answer for this is again option 5. For 14th, 2 of the options are correct. That is option 1 as well as option number 4. Both the options are correct. There are 2 options which are correct and I think that is option 1 and 4. And question number 15, the answer is option 1. Okay. Now 16 to 18, a very easy one. So I'm sure that you all have got 16 to 18 correct. The answer for question number 16 is option 2. Okay. For 17, the answer is nothing but that is option number 4. Alright. For 18, the correct answer for question number 18 is option number 5.
And for 19 to 22. 19 to 22, again, this was the question which was doable. Not a very straightforward, but yes, definitely doable. So 19, okay. The answer is option 5. Okay. For question number 20, the answer is option number 2. Great. For question number 21, the answer is option 4. And then 22, the answer is nothing, but that is equal to how much? I can say option 5. Alright. And for last 3 questions, that is question number 23, 24, 25. For 23, the answer is option number 4. And for question number 24, the answer is option number 5. And for question number 25, the answer is option number 3. So these were the answers here for the first 25 questions. So for every correct answers, you can say, let's say for every correct answers, you can say it can take +1 and negative marking of 1/3. Okay, for correct, it is +1. Okay, alright, so correct +1 and the negative is -1/3. So can you guys calculate your score and tell me how many of you are getting score between 7 to 8? Okay, Madhur is getting 9, great. Nikita is getting 10. Okay, Sai is getting 8. Anyone else who has got 8 or more than 8? Anyone who has got 8 or more than 8? Tanya 8, Sai 8, 8.5. Okay, 8, great. How many of you have got less than 8? Less than 8 is a very, I'll say, that's a bad score. Anything above 8 or more than 8, it's a very good score. I remember in 2008, the cutoff was approximately 8 marks, maybe around 7.5 to 8 marks for clearing the sectional cutoff of at least one of the IIMs here, for getting 90 percentile in that particular section here. Okay, so the cutoff in that particular year was, okay, in the year 2008 was, for this section was approximately between 7 to 8 marks. Alright. So, anyone who has got above 7.5, that's a good score, I'll say. Okay. Anyone who has got more than 10? More than 10? No one has got more than 10. Okay. Alright. So, should we start with the discussion now? Please tell me. Avinash, Ayush, Jatin, Madhur, Nikita, Neetu, Sai, Santosh, Siddhant, Sushant, Tanya, and everyone. Alright. Okay. So I'm going to start the discussion here on this WebEx only. Okay. I'll not broadcast this on the YouTube. Probably I'll upload the videos after the discussion on the YouTube. Is that okay, na? Yahin pe kare discussion? Because here there is no lag time at all. Okay. On the YouTube live, usually there is a lag of 15 to 20 seconds. Okay. So let's start with the discussion. So I'm going to share my laptop screen and then after that we'll start. Before I start with the discussion, can you guys tell me which was the set which was doable? I think among all the sets which you should be doing, the set, yes, that is, I'll say this set was easy. That is question number 19 to 22, 19, 20, 21, 20. These 4 questions were easy. Very much, बहुत ही easy था ये. 19 to 22 and that is from 16 to 18. Now, usually I remember, as far as I remember, I scored somewhere around 99.82 percentile in the DILR section in the CAT that year. Okay. So, and my score was somewhere around 13 or 14. So 13 या 14 मुझे अब याद नहीं exactly. And at that point of time it was here. So 99.8. So that's why I'm guessing around 7.5 to 8 marks. That was the cutoff here. So 16 to 18, and like I told you, whenever I attempt the DILR section, I always start, most of the time I start with the LR. Okay. Because DI, still there is a lot of calculations here. So 16 to 18 and 1 mark, definitely 1 mark and 1/3 of negative marking. Okay. Alright. So 16 to 18 and 19 to 24, 19 to 22. These were the 7 questions which were doable. Easily you can get all 7 of them correct. And then probably if you pick one more set here, take it from that, you might get 2, 3 correct. Maybe like question number, I'll say 8, 9, 10. That was still doable. 8, 9, 10. It's a pure calculation based. Okay. 4 to 7, there is a high chances of getting an error. Reason being, why there is a chances of error? Because ye jo values hai na, these values are not given to us, isn't it? These values are not given. So there might be a somewhat error ke chances rehte hain. But what I used to do, since at that point of time, it used to be offline paper. So you can probably take a help. Yahan se you can just draw one line like this one and you can guess approximately what is the value here. Okay. So 8 to 10 was still easy when it comes to the calculation based AI which were there. 1 to 3 is, maybe some of you might get a wrong answers also, but yeah, that was definitely doable. So let's start without wasting our time. Okay. So I'm going to share my laptop screen and then we'll start with the discussion. All right. Okay. So now, tell me all of you, are you all able to see my laptop screen? Yes or no? Okay. Now let's start here. So the first question, it says, okay, can I switch off the video? Does the video is needed? जरूरत है or no? Okay, तो on रहने दो. No need. Okay. ठीक है. So I'm going to switch off the videos. Alright. So stop video. Right. So let's move this. So Aditya did not get a call from, okay, let me go to the questions here first of all. For admission to various affiliated colleges, a university conducts a written test with 4 different sections. So there are 4 sections, each with a maximum of 50 marks. So each of them has got a maximum of 50 marks. The following table gives the aggregate as well as the sectional cutoff marks fixed by 6 different colleges affiliated to university. Okay. A student will get admission only if he or she gets mark greater than or equal to the cutoff. Okay, greater than or equal to the cutoff in each of the section, and his aggregate total marks is at least equal to the aggregate cutoff mark as specified with the college. So to get a call from any one particular college, you need to clear the sectional cutoff as well as you need to clear the overall cutoff also. Alright. So now let's start here. Question number 1. Okay, like I already told you, the answer for the question number 1 is nothing but option number 3. Now it says Aditya did not get a call from even a single college. And what is the maximum aggregate marks obtained by him? Okay, so I need to find out the total. I need to maximize the aggregate marks here. But he's not getting a call from any of the colleges. So if I go by section wise here, in the section A, the lowest for one of the college, the cutoff is 42. For one of the college, it is 43. If it is 45. So can he say if Aditya is getting a score of 41, he is not able to clear the sectional cutoff of any of the college? Yes or no? In section A, if he is getting a score of 41 and he will not be able to clear the sectional cutoff of any of the college here. Now in section B, Aditya's score is nothing but that is equal to 42, 45 and 41. So if Aditya is getting a score of 40 in the section B, again he will not be able to clear the sectional cutoff of any of the sections. किसी का नहीं होगा. In the section C, okay, if Aditya is getting a score of 41, again he will not be able to clear the sectional cutoff of any of the college. And in section D, okay, if Aditya is getting a score of 43, he will not be able to clear the sectional cutoff of any one of the section here. Now, I need to maximize the total scores. Okay, some of you might have done just by adding this. I'm not sure. Now, I need to need to maximize the total cutoff. So if I want to maximize the total cutoff, what should I do? Can I say I will try that in 2 of the section I'm getting a score of 50, but एक section में, because remember in section C, okay, no, not 3. In section C, for 4 colleges the criteria is section C. So in section C, if I'm scoring 41, so definitely I can't get a call from the college 1, college 2, college 3 and college 5. It will be straight away rejected. Okay, it will be straight away rejected. 1, 2, 3 and 5. And for section 2D, there are these two colleges are there, 4 and 6. Just a minute. For section D, it is 45 and 44. So for section D, it is 45 and 44. If I get a sectional cutoff, if I get in section D 43 marks, then I'll not be able to clear the cutoff of college 4 and college 6. And in rest of the two sections, I can score 50 and 50. Isn't it? So in section A and in section B, if I score 50 and 50, in section C, if I score 41, then 4 of the colleges will be rejected. In section D, if I score 43, the remaining 2 colleges will be rejected. And I'll not be able to get a call from even a single college here. So what is the maximum aggregate? That is 50 plus 50 plus 41 plus 43, which is equal to nothing but 184. And this answer. Now tell me if there is any doubts to anyone, one by one. Madhur. Okay. Madhur is saying that, okay, sir, if we consider 50 in section 3, okay, if you consider 50 in section 3, okay, and in one section, take below required sectional mark 40. But remember, Madhur, I need to maximize the overall score. If I need to maximize the overall score, so instead of taking 50 marks in one section, I can take 50 marks in two sections. Isn't it? So the answer is 184. Any doubts to anyone? In 3 sections, can you tell me in which 3 sections I should score 50? Batao, किस 3 section में score 50 करूं? I think someone else has also pointed, that is Nikita is also saying 3. 50, 50, 50 and below 40 in section 1. Okay, so you are saying below in 40 in section 1 and बाकी 3 section में 50. Section B में 50, section C में 50 और section D में भी 50. So अब मुझे बताओ B में भी 50, D में भी 50. So section B में 50, section D में 50. It means I'm getting a call from college 6. I'm getting a call from the college 6, na? In section B, if I'm getting 50, section D also I'm getting 50. So it means I can get a call from the college 6. Is that clear, Madhur? So that is not possible at all. Okay. Any doubts to anyone? Okay. Now for the college like college 1, section D is not a criteria and other things. Okay, it's not given. So let's move to the next question. Can I move to the next question? Question number 2. Please tell me, all of you. Now, okay. The answer for this question, like I already told you, that is option number 2, which is equal to 181. Okay. So 181, it says Bhama got calls from all the colleges. So Bhama is getting the calls from all the colleges. And what could be the minimum aggregate? So I need to minimize the overall marks. But at the same time, Bhama is getting a call from all the colleges. Okay. So for section A, the Bhama should score a minimum of 45. Yes or no? Then if Bhama score a minimum of 45, then only the Bhama will be able to clear the cutoff of college 5. So if Bhama get a minimum of 45, the section A, he will be able to clear the cutoff of all the colleges. In section B, what can be the minimum score for the Bhama to clear the sectional cutoff of B for all the colleges? That is again 45. That I can say that is 45. So in section B also he should get 45. In section C, what is the minimum marks which Bhama should score? That is 46. If he get a 46, he will be able to clear the sectional cutoff of all of them. But below 46, it means college 3 is not possible. Or section D, minimum he need to score 45. So what is the overall minimum score? Just add all of them. If I add all of them, that is equal to 181. And if he is getting 181, so you can see he is also clearing the overall cutoff of all the colleges also. Okay, 181 is more than the aggregate cutoff of all the 6 colleges. So the answer is definitely 181. So out of question number 1 and 2, 2 was easy, isn't it? At least 2 to sabka sahi aana chahiye, even if you are getting first wrong. Okay. Question number 3. Now, question number 3, it says Charlie got calls from 2 colleges. what could be the minimum marks obtained by him in the section? Okay. So the answer for this question, I already told you, that is option number 3 here. Okay. Option number 3. So if I need to find out the minimum marks obtained by him in a section, okay, and Charlie is getting a calls from 2 colleges. So if Charlie is getting a 2 colleges and I also need to minimize the total marks in the section, sorry, minimum marks obtained by him in a section. So if I look at the aggregate cutoff, can I say if Charlie get a overall score of 175, then he will be able to clear the cutoff of the 2 colleges, college 2 and college 3? Please tell me yes or no. If Charlie get a overall score of 175, in that case, he can clear the sectional cutoff of these 2 colleges? Please tell me yes or no. Okay. Now, also if I need to minimize the marks in one of the section, if I need to minimize the marks in one of the section, so can I say in the remaining 3 section, I should maximize the score? Please tell me. In the remaining 3 section, I need to maximize the score. Alright. So what I can say, out of these 3, let's say in 3 of these sections, he is getting 50, 50 and 50. And in one of these sections, he is getting 25. So the answer is nothing but that is 25. Like if I say in section B, he is getting 50 marks. In section C, he is getting 50 marks. And in section D also is getting 50 marks. Okay. So section B is getting 50, section C also getting 50, section D 50, and here he is getting only 25. So overall he is getting 175, and overall he is getting 175. So he can get a call from college 2 and college 3, exactly 2 colleges. So the answer is option 3, which is 25. So out of these 3 questions, I think it is not needed at all. It's not intentionally removed. Does anywhere it has been mentioned, Nikita? Usually in the CAT, whenever the data is removed intentionally, it is always mentioned in the question. Mention hota hai na, that some of the data has been intentionally removed. You must have seen a lot of questions like that in the mock. Okay, that some of the data has been intentionally removed so that you can complete the table. Nothing has been mentioned. Okay, so let's move. So how many of you have got all 3 correct? Is there anyone who have got all 3 correct when you are attempting that? 2 correct? 2 तो सही होना चाहिए था. Second or third at least. 1 correct. Okay, 2 correct. नहीं तो Sai is also got 2 correct. Okay, great. So let's move to the next set. That is question number 4 to 7. Let me read it here first of all. It says the bar chart. Okay. So it says the bar chart shows the revenue received in million US dollar from subscriber to a particular internet service. The data covers the period 2003 to 2007 for the United States and the Europe. The bar chart also shows the estimated revenues from subscription to this service for the period 2008 to 2. So for year 2008, 9, 10, these are the estimated revenues. Okay. Now, let's see your first question. It says, while the subscription in Europe has been growing steadily towards that of the US, the growth rate seems to be declining. So the growth rate, it seems to be declining. Okay. All right. Take. Which of the following is closest to the percentage change in growth rate of 2007 over 2006 relative to the growth rate of 2005 over? So first of all, I'll say it's 2007 and 6 and the Europe. So this value and this value. Okay. So I need to find out the growth rate here. So here this value is approximately, it is equal to 380, and here it is approximately equal to nothing but that is equal to 500. Okay, 380 and 500. So what is the growth rate? From 380 to 500, there is a change of, I can say, 120 over 380. And definitely you need to multiply it by 100 to convert in terms of percentages. So I can say this is approximately equal to what? That will be, comes out to be 6 by 19. So the growth is 6 by 19 or multiplied by 100 to get in terms of percentages. Now, similarly, we need to find out the growth rate in 2005 over 2004. So you can see the data of 2005 and 2004. Okay. So 2005 and 2004, it is approximately, it is equal to 180, and this value is approximately, it is equal to 270. So what is the growth? 180 to 270, that is equal to nothing but that is 90. Okay, 90 upon 180, which is equal to 1 by 2. And now the question is basically, it is asking the percentage change in the growth rate. So we need to first of all find out the individual growth rate of each of them, and then we need to find out the percentage change also. So now I need to find out the percentage change. So I can simply say 6 by 19 minus 1 by 2 upon 1 by 2. Or that is basically 6 by 19 divided by 1 by 2 minus 1 into 100. Or basically it will be comes out to be 12 by 19 minus 1 into 100. Okay. So 12 by 19 into, this is the answer here. So 12 by 19, that will be, comes out to be how much? That is 7 by 19 minus 1 into 100. So that will be, comes out to be approximately negative here. So this value, it will be, comes out to be how much? Approximately, is it 57%? No, I don't think it comes out to be 50%. It will be, comes out to be approximately 37% or 36.84%. Okay. Okay, yes, that's right. So it will be, comes out to be approximately 37%. So the closest option is nothing but that is option number 3. So the correct answer for this is option number 3. Any doubts to anyone? So here there is a negative values. So, but anyway, it's not. So can I move to the next slide if that part is clear to all of you? मैंने गलत लिख दिया. Yes. This 12 by 19 minus 1, that is minus 7 by 9, not 7 by minus 1. 7 by 19. Because you all know 1 by 19 is 5.26. So 7 into 5.26. So 7 5s are 35, approximately 35 ke aaspaas. So the nearest option is nothing but that is, yes, 35. You do not need to calculate the exact value. So let's move to the question number 5. Any doubts to anyone in question number 4? So the second set is completely calculation based. Okay. Now coming to question number 5. It says the difference between the estimated subscription in Europe in 2008 and what it would have been if it were computed using the percentage growth rate of 2007 over 2006. Now, if you remember, in question number 4, we have already calculated that there is a growth of 6 by 19 from 6 to 7. Yes or no? 6 by 19 from 6 to 7. That we have already calculated. So 6 by 19 from 6 to 7. So the same thing is going to happen for the Europe from 7 to 8 also. Okay? So 8 estimated is given, but what it would have been if it were computed using the percentage growth rate of this one. So we know that there is a growth of 6 by 19. And this value in the year 2007, it is equal to how much? That is 500. Okay. So it is equal to 500. So what is this value? That is 500 into 1 plus 6 by 19, I can say. Okay, 500 into 1 plus 6 by 19. Okay, and or you can say approximately 30% because the options are very, very far away from each other. No? 6 by 19 is equal to how much percent? 1 by 19 is 5.26. So 6 into 5.6 to 6 5s are 30, approximately 31.5%. So 500, what is this value comes out to be? What is the 30% of 500? 150. Yes, that is approximately 657. And estimated value, it is coming out to be how much? The estimated value here, it is nothing but that is equal to 600 and approximately 600 or 610 here. So I think the nearest option is option number, yes, approximately 600 or slightly thoda sa zyada, 600. So 657 minus approximately, if you subtract 600, that is 50. So the answer should be closest, 56. So answer should be closest to 56. So I can mark the answer as option number 1. Okay. Now remember, this question would have been difficult if the options were very, very close, isn't it? Like 50, 51, 52, 53. So in that case, it's better to leave such type of question. But the options are very, very far away, so you can guess the approximate value. Clear? Can I move to the next question now? Okay. Now, okay, the correct answer for this question is, I think that is option number 1. It says in 2003, 60% of the subscribers in Europe were men. Okay. Given that the women subscriber increase at a rate of 10% per annum. Okay, women is increasing at a rate of 10% per annum. And man at the rate of 5% per annum. What is the approximate percentage growth of subscriber from 2003 to 2010? So 2003 to 2010, there is nothing but a total of 7-year gaps are there. And the subscription prices are volatile and may change every year. That is irrelevant. Okay, we need to find the number of subscribers. So if I am talking about in the year 2003, okay, the number of men and the number of women. And in the year 2010, okay, so in the year here, 60% of the subscribers were men. So if I say, let's say the number of men is 60 and the number of women is nothing but that is equal to 40. But the women is increasing at a rate of 10%. So every year there is a 10%. So can I say in the year 2010, it will be 40 into 1.1 raised to power 7? Yes or no? 40 into 1.1 raised to power 7. Now the point here is that in that year, the calculator were not allowed. So here calculations error is there. Now similarly the man, it changes at the 5% per annum. So man is changing at the 5% per annum. So it will be nothing but 60 into 1.05 raised to power 7 here. Okay. So here the total is 100 and here I need to add these two values. So how to, now nowadays this calculator is allowed. So you can definitely find out what is 1.05 raised to power 7 and multiply it by 60 and 1.1 raised to power 7 here. So this value, if you solve it, it will be, comes out to be approximately 163 के आसपास आ जाता है. Alright. So you will get this as somewhat close to 163 here. Okay, this value will be, if you add these two, it will be approximately. So approximately there is a change of 63% here. Now how I can use it? At that year, if I need to do it here. So when I say 1.05 raised to power 7, so for me it is nothing but 5%, the two successive change of 5%. There is a 7 successive change of 5%. So 5% का 2 successive change क्या होगा? You can do all the calculations in your mind. Okay, like 5 plus 5 is 10, 5 square is 25, so that is equal to 10.25%. So again, बाकी के 2 साल also फिर 10.25, फिर 2 साल also 10.25, 2 plus 2 plus 3 6, and then 5%. Now again 10.25 plus 10.25, 10.25 plus 10.25, that is equal to nothing but 20.5, 10 square is 100, 100 by 100 is 1, sorry, 100 by 100 is 1. So I can say 20.5 plus 1, that is equal to 21. So combined effect of this is nothing but that is equal to 21. Okay, and then you can find out the combined effect of these two. 10 plus 5 is 15, 10 into 5 is equal to 50, 50 by 100 is 0.5, so 15.25 plus 0.5. So 15.25 plus 0.5, that is equal to 15.75, so approximately 16. And then you can say, okay, now take the two successive change of 21 and 16. So 21 plus 16, 21 plus 16, that is what I need to calculate. So 21 plus 10, 31, 31 plus 6 is nothing but that is equal to 37. And 21 into 16, so I said 20 into 16, that is approximately 320 by 100, that is 3.2. So 37 plus 3.2, that is approximately 40%, 40 point something. So I can say approximately 1.05 raised to power 7. Overall, it is 40%. So this value should be approximately equal to 1.41. So this is how you can do the calculations here by using the funda of successive change. Is that clear to all of you? How I have done the calculations? Tell me. And what is 60 into 1.41? What is 60 into 1.41? 14 6 are 84, approximately 85. So I think that is 60 into 1.05 raised to power 7, that is equal to 85. you'll be needing such type of the calculations in the IIFT or in the paper where the calculator will not be provided to you. 85. Or actual value carrier, whether any one of us has calculated using the calculator. What was the actual value? 84.42. Nikita, यही आया था? 84.6, and approximately I've got it 85. So I hope that you all understand how we can do the calculations in this case. No? So like 1.1 raised to power 7 is nothing, but it's a 7 successive changes of 10%. So 7 successive changes of 10%. तो कर सकता हूं मैं आराम से. 2 successive change 21% होगा, फिर 21 ऐसे combine कर देगा. Okay. But yes, you should try it if you have got a time. Agar nahi hai, then it's better to leave the questions. You can do a lot of other questions. But yes, you should know the technique. कैसे कर सकते हैं. Can I move to the question number 7 now, guys? Please tell me. Okay. So let's move to the question number 7. I think I told you the answer for question number 7 is nothing. That is option number 3 बताया था. 4. Option 4. Okay. Yes, that's right. Let me mark the answer as option number 4. Now, yes. So what does it say? It says consider the annual percentage change in the gap between subscription revenues in US and Europe. So I need to find out the annual percentage change in the gap between subscription revenues in the US and Europe. Okay. And what is the year in which the absolute value of this change is the highest here? Okay. Where it is the highest. Okay. So if I'm talking about 2003. So in the 2003, okay. So in the 2003, what is the gap between the US and the Europe? Here I need to find out this particular gap here. So here it is approximately, you can say 420 minus this one. That is approximately gap is of 320. Yes or no? The difference between these two is approximately 320 in this year. Okay. Now, next year, if I look at here, this is the gap in the year 2004. What is the gap in the year 2004? This is approximately 520. This is 180. So 520 minus 180. So 520 minus 180, that is approximately equal to 340. Okay. So this is 340. So similarly, I can find out the gap for all of the year. So here it is approximately nothing but 320, 340. Okay. All right. That is clear. And then it says, calculate the annual percentage change in the gap. Now I need to find out the annual percentage change in this gap. So what is the annual percentage change in this gap? I can say that is 20 upon 320. Okay. 20 upon 320. So annual percentage change in the gap is from 3 to 4, it is 20 upon 320. And the question is, what is the year in which the absolute value of this change is nothing but that is highest? I need to find out this change needs to be highest. An absolute value, even if it is negative, then you need to take the mod of that value. So again, slightly lengthy. So I'll say in the year 2005 here. Okay. So this is for 3 and 4. So I'll go by the options. Now I need to find out the change in 5 and 6. So in the 5 and 6, in the 5, the difference will be approximately 320 between these two bars. And here it will be equal to 270. So again, the change from 320 to 270. So 320 to 270, there is a negative change. So I can say that is minus 50 upon 320. Okay. So that is slightly calculation there. Then I need to find out the change in 6 and 7. So in the year 7, the difference will be nothing but that is 220 approximately. So 270 to 220, that is nothing but 50 upon 270. That is what I need to calculate here. Okay, 50 upon 270 here. Or in fact, it will be negative. Okay, but I need to take the absolute values here. Alright. And in the year 2008 to 2009, so the change in the year 2008, it is equal to 180. And in the year 9, it is equal to 110. And here the gap is of this difference, 110 minus 180, approximately 70 upon 180. And from 9 to 10. So here 110 and here it will be the changes of approximately 100. So here I can say this is equal to 10 upon or minus 10 upon 110. And I need to find out absolutely, okay, negate the negative sign and I need to find out which one is the highest. So the answer will be 70 by 180. So overall, I'll rate this set as a difficult. The reason being difficult is I need to do a lot of calculations and the approximations here. And exact values are also not given. So now tell me any doubts to anyone now? Any? No? Clear? All of you? Okay. So can we move to the next question then? Next set. Okay. So question number 8 to 10. Now this is something which was easy in comparison with the previous one. So when you are selecting the set, look at the data set also. Like when I'm selecting the set bar graph, the values are not given. There is a chances of error even if I'm reading it. So I'll probably leave this set. And yahan pe to all the values are given. So tables are usually easy to solve. Let's see here. It says there are 100 employees in an organization. So a total of 100 employees in an organization across 5 departments. The following table gives the department-wise distribution of average age, average basic pay and the allowances. Okay. The gross pay of an employee is the sum of his or her basic pay and the allowances. Okay. There are limited number of, not visible. Okay, just a minute. Am I audible to all of you? Am I audible to all of you? Yes. Is it visible now? Is it visible now? All right. So let me continue. So there are 100 employees in an organization across 5 departments. And it says the following table gives the department-wise distribution of average age, average basic pay and the allowances. And the gross pay of an employee is the sum of his or her basic pay and the allowances. Gross pay is basic plus allowances. Now, there are limited number of employees considered for transfer or promotion across department. Whenever a person transferred promoted from a department of lower age, lower average age to a department of higher average age, he will get an additional allowance of 10% of basic pay and above his or her current allowance. So whatever allowance he is getting, in addition to that, he'll get additional 10% of basic pay also. And there will not be any change in the pay structure if a person is transferred or promoted from a department with higher average age to a department. So if you are moving from higher to lower, there is no change in the pay structure at all. And these are the data. Let's move to the questions now. Okay. Is the video on, I think? Isn't it? Video on hai kya? Okay. ठीक है. Now, let's start with question number 8. We have done still 7. The answer for question number 8 is option number 3. Okay. Now just here. Okay. Now it says there was a mutual transfer of an employee between marketing and finance. So there is a transfer between marketing and finance. Okay. Transfer ho raha hai. And transfer of one employee from marketing to HR. And the one employee is moving from marketing to HR. Okay. As a result, the average age of finance department increased by 1 year. So the average age right now for the finance department is 30. So it has moved to 31. Okay. And that of marketing department same. So the new average of the marketing department, it is the same, that is equal to 35. Okay. And what is the new average? So I need to find out what is the change in the average of this one. So it's basically a question of averages here. So first of all, I'll say marketing and finance. So between marketing and finance here. Okay. So let's say from marketing to finance, if the one person is shifted, there is a marketing and then there is finance. The person who shifts from marketing to finance, his average, his age is let's say X. And the person who is shifting from finance to marketing, that is equal to Y. And there is no change in the finance at all. Okay. And after that, the average in the finance, it is increased by 31. It is increased by 21. So we can do it orally also, but just for this, so that you can understand easily, I'm writing down the equations. Okay. So marketing to finance, the age of that person is X, and finance to here, that is equal to Y. So this is what it has been given to us here. So अब मुझे ये बताओ. So here, in case of finance, there are 20, the average is 30. So what is the total of marketing finance earlier? That is 20 into 20. This is the total age of the finance department, 20 people, and average age is 30. So 20 into 30, 60. Now from that, one people whose age is Y, he is leaving, and the other person whose age is X, that person is joining. Because of which, the average changes by 1. So that is equal to the new average is 30, but the number of person is still 20. So I'll say multiply by 20. So from here, you can see the value of this X will be about to be equal to how much that is. So anyone smart, please tell me. Avinash, Jatin and everyone, is it clear? Okay. So X minus Y, it is nothing but that is equal to 20 here. Now, next thing here, this already happened. Now, we also know the average of marketing didn't change. Okay. But from marketing to HR, one person has shifted. So let's say the person whose age is Z. So now we know that there is a marketing and then there is a person shifted from marketing to HR. And let's say this person is Z. But the average of marketing is still same. It is not getting changed. Okay. So marketing ka average mujhe pata hai overall. Okay. So what is the original? Okay. There are 30 employees. Originally average is 35. So original average, it is total is 35 to 30. Okay. From marketing to finance, one person has shifted, that is minus X. From marketing, one person moved to the finance whose age is X, so subtract it. And one new person whose age is Y has joined back to marketing, that is Y. Okay, and then one person from the marketing whose age is Z, that person has left, so minus X. Because of which the average is still 35, but the number of person is now 29. So I say 35 into 29. Alright? So it is equal to 35 into 29. So 35 into 30 and here, and we know the values of this expression also. So this will be equal to what? 35 into 30 minus 35 into 20 is equal to X minus 1%. Take all the variable on the right hand side. And we know that this is equal to 35 into 30 minus 35 into 29. 35 is common and 30 minus 29 is 1. So I can say this 35. And X minus equal to 20 and plus Z. So we know that the value of Z is equal to 15 here. Okay guys. So Z is 15. Now I need to find out for HR. What is the new average for HR? So now let's look for HR. So HR, there were 5 employees and 45 is the average. So initial total is 5 into 45. Okay, one person whose age is 15 has joined. So 5 into 45 plus 15 and divided by the total number of persons, 6, and it will be 40. So this question was doable. In fact, easier than the previous set. Any doubts to anyone now? Jatin, Nikita, and everyone, please tell me. Okay, so can I move to the question number 9? All right. So for question number 9, let's see what is the answer for question number 9. The correct answer for question number 9, I think I already told you all, that is option number 3. Let's see. It says, what is the approximate percentage change in the average gross pay? So here the focus should be on the average gross pay. Average gross pay of the HR department due to a transfer of a 40-year-old person with a basic pay of 8,000 from the marketing. So one person is moving from marketing to HR. So one person is moving from marketing to HR. Okay. For the marketing, average is 35. HR, the average is 45. Okay. All right. So the question is, what is the approximate percentage change in the average gross pay of the HR department? Okay. Average gross pay of the HR department. What is the change here? Now tell me one thing. One person has shifted. Okay. And what is the salary of that person? That is equal to 8,000. Okay. The salary of that person is equal to 8,000. So initially this person from marketing, the basic allowance, it is equal to 8,000. So what is the gross pay? If I'm talking about the marketing, the person is shifting, what is the gross pay of this person? I can say that is equal to 6,000 into 1.8. But when he moves to the HR, he will get an additional allowance of 10% of the basic pay. Yes or no? Given a, he'll get an additional allowance of 10%. So already 80% plus 10%, so that is equal to 90%. So can I write down directly 6,000 into, sorry, it's not 6,000, but that is 8,000. Uska apna pay 8,000, not the average. So the person who is saying from marketing to HR, his pay is basic is 8,000, basic allowance is 80%, but once he move to HR, he'll get an additional allowance of 10%. So 8,000 into 1.9, 90% allowance hoga. So what is the gross pay? 8,000 plus 90% of 8,000, which is basically equal to 8,000 into 1.9. So if it is 8,000 into 1.9, and what is that 8,000 into 1.9? Kya aa jayega? Approximately 5,000. All right, 19 into 80 is 152. Is that part clear to all of you? Now, okay. Now, because of this factor, the question here is, okay, what is the approximate percentage change in the average gross pay of HR? So, for example, right now for HR, basic is 5,000 and allowance is 7%. Average. So I'll work on the average. Average gross pay, it will be nothing but that is equal to what right now? 5,000 into 1.7 for HR. 17.5 is 85, so that is equal to 85. So this is the average gross pay. Okay, average gross pay for the HR. And now I need to find out how much it will be changed. So right now it is 8,500. One person whose average is 15,200 is joining. So either you can use the shortcuts what that we have discussed in the classes, or you can say. So how much extra he is bringing with him, that person, that is 15,000 minus 85. So, and this will be distributed now. Initially the number of employees is 5, but now with the addition of this person, the number of employees is 6. So this extra will be distributed amongst here. So this will be comes out to be equal to 500 plus whatever the calculation which I have done, that is equal to 1116. So the average, initial average was 85, but new average is 85 from 1116. So there is a change of 1116. So what is the into which will be approximately. So any doubts to anyone now? Please respond. Nikita, Ayush, all of you guys, please tell me. So can I move to the next question? Question number 10. Okay. Now, it says if two employees, each with a basic pay of 6,000, okay, 6,000 is transferred from maintenance to HR. So 2% is moving from maintenance to HR. And 1% with a basic pay of 8,000 was transferred from marketing to HR. So marketing to HR, 1% is moving from marketing to HR. What will be the percentage in the average basic pay of the HR department? So average as of now it is 5,000. So present average 5,000. Now 3% such money. One with a basic pay of 6,000, another with a basic pay of 6,000, another with a basic pay of 8,000. So how much this person is doing with him? That is 1,000. No. How much extra person is bringing with him? Another 1,000. And how much extra this is bringing with him? Another 3,000. And this extra will be distributed among how many persons? Initially there are 5 persons. Now the number of persons is 8. So this extra, it will be distributed by 8. So this is nothing but this is the new average. Is that clear to all of you? 5,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 3,000 by 8. We have discussed this technique in the class. Averages के concept में. Yes or no? Extra पे work करते instead of doing multiplying and this one. So this will be coming out to be how much? That is equal to 5,000 plus 5,000 by 8. And that here I need to find out what is the percentage change here. So what is the change? So this is the change. This is the change. So the percentage change, it is 5,000 by 8 upon 5,000. Initially it was 5,000 and the change is of 5. So this is by 8, approximately 12. So the answer will be option number B, which is 2. So now tell me if there is any doubts to anyone. Clear? So I think if I given a choice among this set 8, 9 and 10 and the question number 4 to 7 or 1 to 7, I'll prefer attempting this question 8, 9, 10. It's a straightforward question. Maybe in the calculations you might take some time, but it is not a difficult set. Yes or no? Clear to all of you? Calculations are but easier. Not a very difficult calculations are also there. Okay, guys. So let's move to the next. Okay. Now 11 to 15. Okay. So just give me 2 minutes. Let me have a glass of water and then I'll discuss. This discussion will itself take 25 to 30 minutes. So just give me 2 minutes and I'll start. Okay. Am I audible to all of you now? Please tell me. Can you all hear me? Okay, so how many of you have tried this question? When you are solving, कितने लोगों ने try किया था इसे solve करने का? Half. Why, Tanya? I think when I remember the moment I saw this question in the actual 2008, ठीक है, जब मैंने 2008 में पेपर लिखा था, I left this because the moment I read, I left it completely. Why? Because it's difficult to understand. There are so many variations now. So it's, yes. If there is no option choices, then you probably need to attempt here. But so if there is any question, like I keep saying, if there is any question which you are not able to comprehend quickly, better to leave. Because if you are not able to comprehend within a 1 minute, what's the guarantee that you can comprehend that passage or DILR in the 2-3 minutes? No? So better to leave here. Okay. So better to leave in such type of cases. Okay, so let's start with a discussion on this set. Am I audible to all of you? Please respond quickly. Okay. Am I audible? Please respond, everyone. Can you all hear me? Any disturbance? No. आवाज ठीक से आ रही है, वीडियो दिखाई दे रहा है. All right. So let's move. Okay. So when I was making this PPT yesterday, I came across a video, a very old video of mine, which I recorded in 2011. In 2011, I made a video of this set here. Okay, so earlier I thought I'll directly put the video in the PPTs and then I'll play it during it here, but then I thought, no, it's better to discuss live here. Okay, so should I start now? So pay attention, all of you. Very interesting set, lot of learning from this question also, which is important. In the exam, to main chhod ke aunga, but the learnings are important, so let's concentrate on that. Okay, it says Abdul, Vikram and Chetan. So there are three posts, Abdul, Vikram and are three professional traders who trades in shares of company XYZ Limited. Abdul follows the strategy of buying at the opening of the day at 10 a.m. Okay, and selling the whole lot at a close of the day. Abdul buys the entire lot at 10 and sell it at a 3 p.m. Vikram follows the strategy of buying at interval 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12, 1 p.m. and sell whole lot at 2 of the day. Further, he buys an equal number of shares in each portion. Chetan, am I audible? Okay, just a minute. Just wait. Now, am I audible? Yes. I think I changed the virtual background of video. That's why the speed has become slow. It takes a lot of data when you change the virtual background. Ab theek aa raha hai, isn't it? You all can hear me now? All right. Okay. Now, so let me repeat it. Abdul, Vikram and Chetan are three professionals. Okay. Abdul follows the strategy of buying at the opening of the day at 10 a.m. So Abdul buys all shares at 10 a.m. and sold it at 3 p.m. Vikram buys at 10, 11, 12, 1 and 2 and sells the whole lot at the close of the day. Further, Vikram buys an equal number of CS in each purchase. Chetan follows a similar pattern as Vikram, but his strategy is different. Chetan total investment amount is divided equally among his purchases. The profit or loss made by each investor is the difference between the sales value at the close. So now here, profit and loss is given and the return for each investor is also defined as the ratio of the profit or loss to the investment amount expressed as the percentage. So now let's see here. So I'll say starting at 10 a.m. Okay, that is 10, then that is 11, then it is 12, then 1, and then 2, and then 3. Okay, let's say the price of the share. Here, per share, the price is at 10 a.m. is A, at 11 it is B, at 12 it is C, at 1 o'clock it is D, at 2 o'clock it is E, and at 3 o'clock it is equal to F. This is the price of this share. Now it says Abdul. Abdul buys, so let's start with one by one. First of all, we'll start with Abdul. Okay. Abdul buys the share at 10 a.m. and sold it at 3 p.m. Okay. So what is the profit here? What is the return? Okay. Just wait. Am I audible? Can you all hear me? Yes? There might be some issues ho sakta hai. Can you all hear me now? Okay. So now let's talk about the Abdul. So Abdul, what is the return for Abdul? Okay. So Abdul sold it at F. Yes or no? Abdul sold it at F. Okay. Bought it at A and divided by A. That is the selling price minus cost price by this. So can you say the return for Abdul, it is equal to nothing but that is equal to F by A minus 1. And this is the return for Abdul. Any doubts to anyone regarding that? Please tell me. So you can note down in your notebook also that the return for Abdul is equal to F upon A minus 1. Now let's talk about Vikram. Okay. Now what does Vikram do? It says Vikram follows the strategy of buying. Let me take a laser pointer. Okay. So Vikram follows the strategy of buying at an hourly interval of 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 12 noon, 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. and selling the whole lot at the close of the day. And he's selling the whole lot at the close of day. So let's say Vikram bought K shares of each type. Okay. Vikram bought K shares. Alright. So Vikram bought K shares at each interval. Okay. Vikram bought K shares at each interval. So what is the total cost for the Vikram? Okay. At 10 a.m. the price per share is A. At 11 it is B. At 12 it is C plus D plus E into K. I have taken K as a common. Okay. So Vikram followed the strategy of buying at hourly interval and selling the whole lot at the close of the day. Or ye bhi given a further, he buys an equal number of shares. Vikram is buying an equal number of shares. So that's why I'm assuming that let's say Vikram bought K shares at each interval. Okay. So this is the total cost. And what is the selling price for the Vikram? He sell at 3 p.m. And at 3 p.m. the price is F. And what is the total number of shares sold? Is it equal to K or is it equal to 5K, Tanya? The selling price, it is nothing but total number of shares is nothing but that is 5K. So 5K into F. Okay. So what is the return? Return is equal to selling price upon cost price. So I can say return for Vikram. So return for Vikram, it will be comes out to be equal to how much? That is equal to 5K into F. Selling price upon cost price minus 1. Can I write down directly now? Or you can say minus cost price, that is equal to nothing but that is A plus B plus C plus D plus E into K upon cost price, which is equal to A plus B plus C plus D plus E into K. Alright. So what is this value coming out to be here? I can say, just a minute. So this return for Vikram, it will be equal to K. In any case, it will be get cancelled 5F upon A plus B plus C plus D plus E minus 1. Or I can say this is equal to F upon A plus B plus C plus D plus E upon 5 minus 1. Or I can say F upon arithmetic mean. Why? Because this A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus upon 5, it is nothing but it is arithmetic mean of these 5 numbers. So F upon arithmetic mean of all these 5 cost minus 1. And this is the return for Vikram. Any doubts to anyone? This is nothing but the arithmetic mean of the 5 numbers. Any doubts? Tell this step, please tell me now. Tanya, Nikita and everyone? No. Great. Now, next point here. Chetan, coming to the Chetan. Chetan follows a similar pattern, but his strategy is somewhat different. Okay. Chetan total investment amount. Okay. Now just here. Chetan total investment amount is divided equally among his purchases. So whatever the amount he is investing, he divides equally among all these purchases. But again, Chetan is purchasing at 10, 11, 12, 1 and 2. And the profit or loss made by each investor. Okay, that is the same thing. So on the next slide, I'm going to write for the Chetan. Okay, so that is Chetan. So if I say, let's say, Chetan is investing equal amount on each of these statements. So let us assume Chetan is investing rupees P on each investment. Okay, on each investment. Okay, rupees P on each investment. Okay, so what is the number of shares bought by the Chetan? Okay, so at 10 AM, the price he invested rupees P and the share price of one share is A. So number of share is equal to P by A. Yes or no? Is that part clear? We have already seen here. यहाँ पे देखो. Okay, let me take a laser pointer and explain it to you here. Yes. So you can see at 10 o'clock price per share is A. And if we invest rupees P at 10 AM, the number of shares bought is equal to P by A. At 11 AM, the number of shares bought is equal to P by B. The number of shares bought at 12 is equal to P by C and so on. So I can say the total number of shares bought at 10 is P by A. At 11 o'clock, he bought how many shares? That is equal to P by B. At 12 o'clock, he bought how many shares? P by C. At 1 o'clock, that is P by D. And at 2 o'clock, it is nothing but that is P by E. So this is the total number of shares which he bought. And so what is the selling price here? He sold all the shares at 3 PM. So the bought is P by A plus P by B minus plus P by C plus P by D plus P by E. And he sold it, the entire thing. At what rate? At rupees F. So multiplied by F. So is that clear to all of you? The total selling price and the total cost price for the Chetan? Please tell me. If there is any doubt, ask me. Okay. Now, what is the return for Chetan now? Okay. So the return for Chetan, how can we calculate? The return for Chetan, it will be equal to nothing but selling price by cost price minus 1 or selling price minus cost price upon cost price is same as selling price by cost price minus 1. So selling price, it is equal to P by A plus P by B plus P by C plus P by D, alright, plus P by E into F divided by cost price. The total cost price, it will be equal to how much? That is equal to, what is the total cost price? Can we say that is equal to P only? And then minus 1. Okay. Total cost price, it is equal to 5P. because he invested P amount, rupees P at each interval. So 5 interval mein 5P. So this will be equal to what? If I rearrange this, P will get cancelled. F upon, I can say that is 5 by A plus 5 by B. Okay. Plus 5 by C plus 5 by D. No. 5 upon 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C plus 1 by D. Let me write down the equation. So that is equal to 5 upon 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C plus 1 by D plus 1 by E minus 1. And this is equal to F upon harmonic mean of the 5 numbers minus 1. So this is the return for the theta. Okay. So this part, that is 5 upon A plus B plus this one. This is nothing but the harmonic mean of the 5 numbers. So for Chetan, the return is F upon harmonic mean minus 1. Okay. For Vikram, if you go back to the previous, the return is F upon arithmetic mean minus 1. And for Abdul, it is F upon A minus 1. Now tell me if there is any doubts regarding the return for Abdul, Vikram and Chetan. Any doubts? All of you, please tell me. Tanya, Nikita, Sai, Ayush, Sushant, Jatin, Madhur, all of you? No. Okay. So let's move to the question here. It says, on a boom day, the price of XYZ Limited share keeps rising throughout the day. So we know that is A, it is less than B, less than C, less than D, less than E and less than F. Okay, it keeps rising and peaks at the close of the day. Which trader got the minimum return? Okay, so for Abdul, it is what? For Abdul, the return is equal to nothing but that is equal to F by A minus 1. For Vikram, the return is equal to F by arithmetic mean of all these 5 values, means A, B, C, D, E, these 5 values, minus 1. And for Chetan, the return is equal to nothing but that is equal to F upon harmonic mean of the 5 numbers minus 1. Now we all know one more thing, that arithmetic mean is always greater than equal to the harmonic mean. Yes or no? Arithmetic mean is always greater than equal to the harmonic mean. And the equality sign will hold true when all the values are equal. But here all the values are different. Yes or no? So here we can say that the arithmetic mean in this question, it is greater than harmonic. Okay. Or even if I take equality sign, okay, pehle likh leta hu. So what if I take a reciprocal? So I can say 1 upon arithmetic mean, it is going to be less than equal to 1 upon harmonic mean. Okay. So now F by Akram. So can I say B is what? B is nothing but it is definitely less than equal to C. Please tell me, all of you, is that part clear? Because for B it is F upon, remember I am subtracting 1 from all of them. So F upon arithmetic mean minus 1 upon F upon harmonic mean minus 1. So I need to multiply F on both the sides. It is not going to change. So 1 upon arithmetic mean is always less than equal to 1 upon harmonic mean. It means the return of Vikram is always less than equal to the Chetan. Or I can say for Chetan the return is always greater than equal to the Vikram. Is that part clear to all of you? Please respond, everyone. Okay. Now, so if this part is clear, now, but for this question, since A, B, C, D, A, they are not equal. So for this question, I can say C is definitely greater than B. It can't be equal. It has to be greater than B. Because the equality sign will occur only when all the terms are equal. Okay. So C is greater than E. Now tell me one thing. F by A and F by A. Can I say A plus B plus C plus D plus E by 5? It is definitely going to be greater than A. Please tell me yes or no. Because value keeps on increasing. Okay, na? B is greater than A, C is greater than A, D is also greater than A, E is also greater than A. Yes or no? So the average of these 5 values is, because all these values are more than A. So the average of this is definitely more than A here. So now tell me, among Abdul and Vikram, which is the larger? So if I take a reciprocal, the sign will get changed. Okay. The question is, which trader has got minimum? So can I say A is also like 1 upon, if I take a reciprocal of this is arithmetic mean. Na? So arithmetic mean of these 5 numbers is greater than A. So 1 by arithmetic mean of these 5 numbers is definitely less than 1 by A. Okay. So it means what? I can say the Abdul, the return, this is 1 by A minus 1 is for Abdul, and here 1 by AM minus 1 or F by AM minus 1. F is common to all the 3. So can you say the return for Abdul is definitely greater than B also? So A is greater than B as well as C is also greater than B. So which trader got the minimum return on that day? The answer is option number 1, which is Vikram. Any doubts to anyone in this question now? Ask me and now tell me, was it difficult or easy? कैसा था ये? Yes, the whole set is a very difficult. Yes, I'll rate it as, that's why I told you it is one of the most difficult in the history of the CAT. Hit and trial से कर सकते by assuming some values, definitely. Values कुछ assume कर लो 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55 ऐसे लेके या 100, 110 something like that. Definitely do. Yes, definitely you can do it. No issues at all. But then there is a set of 3 questions, then उसके बाद 2 questions और भी हैं, तो ये चीज है. But is it clear to all of you? Please respond. You can also do it by assuming the values and here. Okay, now let's move to the question number 12. Okay, the correct answer for question number 12 is nothing but option 5, cannot be determined. Now just hear how. On a day of a fluctuating market price, so the market price is actually nothing but it is fluctuating. So whether there is an increase or decrease or they equal, nothing is given. Okay, the share price of XYZ Limited ends with a gain. For example, it is higher at the close here. So only one thing is given here, that here F is definitely greater than A. But then it is A, B, C, D, E, F, and it is a fluctuating. So there can be increase or decrease, or it might be possible all of them are equal. So which trader got the minimum return on that day? The answer is cannot be determined. We cannot determine which trader has got the minimum return on that day. Is that clear? Because fluctuating market price hai. Because what will happen if all of them are, it can be increase, it can be decrease, kahin pe increase hoga, kahin pe decrease hoga. So we can't calculate it. But yes, even if this data is not given, but we know one thing for sure, that B is, what is B? Yes, C is always greater than equal to B. ये मुझे पता है. Okay. But then about Abdul, when comparison with the C, we can't say anything. So which trader get the maximum? We can't say anything. Let's move to the next question. Question number 30. We know that C is always greater than equal to B. Which one of the following statement is true? Now, which one of the following statement is true? It says, Abdul will not be the one with the minimum return. No, Abdul return can be minimum. Okay, also because the price, if every day the price keeps on decreasing, then it might be possible that Abdul has got a minimum return. Return for Chetan will be higher than that of the Vikram. No, it can be even equal. If every day the share price is same, A equal to B equal to C equal to D equal to E equal to F. So it means you can see, we have seen the return can be equal also because there is an equality sign. So return for Vikram will be higher, not necessarily true. Return for Chetan cannot be higher than that of the Abdul. No, it can be higher. So what is the answer? The answer is nothing but option number 5, none of these. Now tell me if there is any doubts to anyone in question number 30. So can I move to the next question? Another 2 questions, which is 14 and 15. So difficult one. Let's see here. One day, 2 other traders, Dan and Emily, so D and E, joined Abdul, Vikram and Chetan for trading in the shares of XYZ Limited. then followed a strategy of buying equal number of shares. So then is buying equal number of shares every day at 10, 11 and 12 and selling same numbers at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. Emily, on the other hand, followed the strategy of buying shares using all her money at 10 a.m. and selling all of them at 12 noon. And again, buying all the shares for all the money at 1 p.m. and again selling at the close of 3 p.m. And at the close of the day, the following was observed. The first point, Abdul lost money in the transaction. Okay, so what is the return for Abdul? Tell me. The return for Abdul is nothing but that is equal to F by A minus 1. So it is less than 0. So from here, I can say that is F is nothing but less than A. Is that part clear to all of you? The return for Abdul is here. So F is definitely less than A here. Both Dan and Emily made profit. I'll come to the second point later on. Okay. There was an increase in the share price during the closing hour compared to the price at 2 p.m. Closing hour, it is at 3 p.m. So that is F. So the second statement, this point says that the value of F, it is greater than E. Is that clear? At 2 p.m. the price was E and at 3 p.m. I have taken as F. So F is greater than E. Okay. And A is greater than F. Share price at 12 noon was lower than the opening price. So at 10 it was A, at 11 it was B, at 12 it was C. So here it is given here that share price at 12 was lower. So it means A, it is greater than C also. Now if you combine these two, so I can say that A is also greater than F and F is greater than E. So now we have got these two informations that A is greater than F, which is greater than E, and A is greater than C. And point number 2, I'll come to point number 2. But from 1, 3, 4, we can say A is greater than C and A is greater than F as well as greater than E. Any doubts to anyone now till this point? Please tell me. Tanya, Nikita, Ayush, Shai, and everyone? No. Now, let's talk about Dan and Emily. Let's first of all, I'll take the case of Emily. Okay. So Emily. Now we know the price of the share is what? A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, that is at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now, what does Emily has done? It says Emily, on the other hand, followed the strategy of buying shares using all her money at 10. So let's say that Emily has got rupees Y at the beginning. Okay. So what is the number of shares bought at 10? So the total number of shares bought at 10, it is equal to nothing but Y by A. So Emily bought, this is the Y by A shares. And Emily sold all at 12 and sell it at 12. So what is the total selling total value which C will receive? Can I say Y by A into C? Is that clear to all of you? Please tell me. The total number of shares bought by Emily at 10, it is equal to Y by A, and C sold all the shares at 12. So total उसे return कितना मिला होगा पैसा? Y by A into C. So now this is the amount which Emily has got at 12. Now, again buying the shares for all Wally at 1. So what is the number of shares? This is this Y by A is number of shares. So how many shares she will buy at 1 p.m.? Total amount Y by A into C and divided by D. So Y by A into C, Y by A into C by D. तो ये अगेन इसके पास अब वापस इतने शेयर्स हो गए at 1 p.m. Emily has got these many shares. So Y by A into C by D, this is the total number of shares for Emily. And she sold it at F. So what is the return now total? This is equal to Y by A into C by D. Okay, total selling price and into F. So Y by A into C by D into F. Is that clear to all of you? Please respond, everyone, if I am audible. एक बजे उसने के पास टोटल कितने शेयर्स हैं? Y by A into C by D ये शेयर्स है, और 3 बजे वो सारे शेयर्स को बेच देती है. तो शेयर प्राइस, व्हाट इज द प्राइस एट 3 o'clock? दैट इज F. तो टोटल रिटर्न कितना पैसा में से मिलेगा? मल्टीप्लाई द टोटल नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स इनटू प्राइस. सो Y by A into C by D into F. Is that clear now, Ayush? Please respond if this part is clear to all of you. Ayush, बताओ. सीएस के लिए क्या कैसे करेंगे? नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स इज इक्वल टू टोटल प्राइस अपॉन प्राइस पर शेयर. सो 12 बजे उसके पास इतना पैसा था Y by A into C. अब इतने पैसे में वो कितने शेयर्स खरीद सकती है? 1 बजे एक शेयर की प्राइस D है. सो दोनों को डिवाइड कर दूंगा, आई गेट द नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स. सो Y अपॉन A into C, इस पूरे को D से डिवाइड कर दो. सो Y by A into C by D, दैट इज द टोटल नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स. सिंपली. ओके. So what is the return? Initial amount, okay, is Y. Yes or no? This is the cost here, and this is the final price here, which see this up. So return here, it is equal to, I can say, for Emily, the return is equal to Y into CF upon AD. Upon. That is equal to Y. Okay. Which is the return is equal to nothing but that is CF upon AD minus 1. This is the return for MA. Okay, selling price upon cost price here. Final and upon this one. And C made a profit. So this value, it is greater than G. So from here I can say that is C by A, CF upon AD. It is definitely greater than 1. Is that part clear to all of you? Please tell me. यहां तक क्लियर है सबको? Now, it is based on inequalities funda. Now, if you observe A by C, from here C by A is less than. Check it here. So this is, I can say this is equal to what? C by A into F by D. It is greater than 1. This value, it is less than 1. So tell me F by D, क्या होना चाहिए? F by D, whether it should be, we already know that C by A is less than 1. So tell me F by D, whether F by D should be greater than 1 or less than 1, such that the product of these two is overall. कैसे? If both the values are less than 1, so don't you think the product will be also less than 1, Tanya? If C by A is also less than 1, F by D is also less than 1, so the product will be also less than 1. So from here, by combining these two facts, this and this fact here, we can definitely say that F by D must be greater than 1. So this implies that F is greater than D. So this is another information which you have got, that F is greater than D. So I'm highlighting this. Any doubts to anyone now? No. All right. Now, one more thing. Let me select a pen tab, pen tool. Okay. All right, guys. Now, this equation, from here, F by A is less than 1. And from here, I can say this or this equation, I can say what can I write down this equation is equal to F by A. That means C by D into F by A, it is greater than 1. Okay, F by D, C by A into F by D, not C by A. C by D into F by A. Let me write down neatly. Okay, so I'm writing this as C by D into F by A, which is greater than 1. And from here, F by A is less than 1. Now, if F by A is less than 1, then what about C by D? Whether it should be greater than 1 or more than 1, such that the product should be greater than 1. Tell me. F by A is less than 1? Yes. But in दोनों का product 1 से बड़ा चाहिए, so it means that C by D should be greater than 1. So this implies C is also greater than D. And that is the case here. Any doubts to anyone now? Tanya, Nikita, Ayush, Sushant, Siddhant, Avinash, सबको clear है? So lot of it is checking a lot of your fundamentals of inequalities here. So let me write down all this information which I have highlighted on the next slide. Okay. The point which I have got here, it is A is greater than C, A is greater than F, and F is greater than E. Also, two more new information which I have got. C is greater than D, F is greater than D. So C is greater than D, as well as F is also greater than D. So these are all the informations which we have gathered till now. Any doubts to anyone now? Okay. Now one more person is, remember, that is then. I haven't used the data of then. Okay. Let me go back to the previous slide. Okay. Now for then, what was given here, let me take a laser pointer and I'll write down on the next slide here. Okay. Then followed a strategy of buying equal number of shares at 10, 11, 12. So he bought equal number of shares at 10, 11, 12 and selling the same numbers at 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So if I'm talking about then, so we need to check the data of then. And again, then has made some profit. So price is A, B, C, D, E and F. See, so he bought equal number of shares. So let's say he bought X shares at A. Okay, number of shares. So number of shares he bought at A is X, B at X and C is at X. So what is the cost price for then? So can I say the cost price for the then? It is nothing but it is equal to X into A plus B plus C. Okay, X into A plus B plus C. And he sold equal number of shares. He sold X shares at D, X shares at E and X shares at F. So what is the selling price of the for the then? That is equal to X into D plus E plus F. Is that part clear? He bought 3X shares Jatin. That is not the total cost. X shares at 10 o'clock, X shares at 11, X shares at 12. And sold X shares at 1, X shares at 2 and X shares at 3. So this is the total cost. So what is the return? So return for then it is equal to selling price, that is X into D plus E plus F upon X upon A plus B plus C. Okay. Minus 1, it is greater than 0. So it means from here I can say D plus E plus F, it is greater than A plus B plus C. I hope that this equation is also clear to all of you. Any doubts to anyone now? Okay. Now tell me, Aman. Among D and C, which is larger? Among D and C, C is the larger. Okay. C is the larger. Among E and A is the larger. Okay. So in this inequalities, two of the largest value are on the right hand side. But the moment, okay. Alright. So I can say that D is basically less than C. We all know it is given. We have calculated that. And E is also less than A. So if I'm adding here, I can say that D plus F is less than C plus. But the moment if I'm adding the third, D plus E is less than A. I've compared E and A. So let me compare E and A. So D is less than C, E is less than A, but D plus E, it is less than C plus A. But here I'm adding the third variable F, and here I'm adding the third variable D. the inequality sign get changed. It means that is only possible if F is greater than. Any doubts to anyone now? Is that clear? So we have got new piece of information that F is definitely greater than B. Please tell me if there is any doubts to anyone now. No. All right. Now, another thing. Same equation, I'll get one more information. B plus E plus F is greater than A plus B plus. Okay. Now, among B and C, we know C is larger. Among between B and C, C is the larger value. Okay. Among E and B, or sorry, among F and A, not E and B. Among F and A is also larger. Okay, now that you can see it here from here. Okay. So now can you tell me the relationship between E and B on the basis of these two values? Yes, E is greater than B. So it means E is definitely greater than B. So we have got lots of inequalities. Now let me write down all these inequalities together. Combine all these inequalities and the final. Okay. So we know that A is greater than F, F is greater than E, and E is greater than B. That is the first point. Okay. E is greater than B. इसके अलावा और क्या क्या मुझे पता है that F is greater than D. We also know F is greater than D also. Okay. We also know that C is greater than D and A is greater than C. So these are all the final informations which I have got. Any doubts to anyone now? Please tell me. All of you please respond. No. Let's move to the questions now. So the first question, 14th. Which of the following is necessarily false? Share price was at its lowest at 2 p.m. Lowest is what? Share price at the 2 p.m. So share price at 2 p.m. is what? Can anyone tell me what is the share price at 2 p.m.? A, B, C. Now price, let me write down A, B, C, D, E, and F. So it says that E is the lowest value. Is E the lowest value? Go back to the previous slide. Is E the lowest? No, E is greater than B. That you can see it here. E is greater than B. So if E is greater than B, can E be the lowest? Definitely not. E can't be the lowest. So option number 1 is definitely false statement. Is that clear to all of you? Option number A is first is definitely false statement. Okay. So I'm going to highlight option number 1 is definitely false. Any doubts to anyone? Now, also if you see the fourth statement. Okay, if you see the fourth statement, what does it say? It says share price at 1. So 10, 11, 12, 1. That means D was higher than the share price at 12. That is C. So D is greater than C. It says that D is greater than C, but we have calculated already, is D greater than C? We know that C is greater than D here. So we have already calculated C is greater than D. So fourth statement says that D is greater than C. That is also the false and. So there were two options which were correct in the actual cat also. So this was not counted. Anyway, ये तो difficult था, वैसे भी छोड़ने वाला था. So the answer is option number 4. Any doubts to anyone now in this question? Question number 14. Please tell me. Tanya, Nikita, Garima, Avinash. Is Garima here today? No. So can I move to the question number 15 now? Share price was at highest at. Use the data from the previous question. Question number 14 data. So highest at which one? That is option number. That is 10. That is A. We have already calculated. You can see it here. A is greater than what? FEB, as well as A is also greater than C and B. So A is greater than all the 5 values. So definitely it is highest at 10 AM, which is B. So the answer is option number 1. So this was a set of 5 questions, which I'll rate as very, 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 very difficult. Clear now? Any doubts to anyone? Pakka? Of course, exam में छोड़ने वाला है, but yes, you should know these concepts. Inequalities को कैसे compare किया था हमने? All these things. Okay. Now 16 to 18, the easiest set here. So does any one of you want me to discuss this question? I'm sure that ये तो सबने सही किया था. That was the easiest. So I'll just tell you the answers quickly. What is the answer for question number 16? Can anyone tell me? Option number 2, which is blue. For question number 17, the answer is option 4, which is red. And for question number 18, it is option 5, cannot be determined. Okay, can I move to the next set then? Now, this was also set which is, does anyone want me to discuss this set? तभी discuss करूंगा, otherwise we can leave it. No. हो गया था सबका? So, alright. So I'm moving to the next set. Pakka, all of you, I need the responses from everyone. Even if there is one person who wants me to discuss it, then I'll discuss it. Otherwise, no. Not needed. तो आगे चले. जतिन, तुमने तो क्लास ही बहुत लेट से ज्वाइन किया. ट्राई किया था इसे सॉल्व करने का. Did you try to solve this question? Try करो. This is very easy, doable. And I'll discuss in the last. Okay. Now, let's move to last set, that is 23 to 25. I'll discuss this set 21 to 19 to 22, easy hai. Now 23 to 25. Let's see. So again, it is based on the purely calculations, but it's like I told you that whenever it is here, questions like this one, it's all about the ratios here. So let's discuss. Telecom operator get revenue from the transfer of data and the voice. So this is the data and voice. So this is how the operator is getting the revenue. Average revenue received from transfer of each of the data is known as ARDT. So ARDT is nothing but basically the average here. Okay. So I can say ARDT is nothing but this is the average. Let's say this is X because X axis and this is equal to Y. This is the Y axis. Okay. And in the diagram below, the revenue from data transfer as a percentage of total value received in at the ARDT is given. Okay, so what is given? What is Y? Y is equal to nothing but that is revenue from data. Revenue from the data upon total revenue. And into 100, analyze it here. This Y, any values which is given on the Y axis, that is equal to revenue from data upon total revenue into 100. And what is the total revenue from the data? That is the average revenue X into total data. Okay, total data or the volume of the data. So I can just setting the total data, the volume of the data, and the average revenue is X. So X into number of units of the data upon total revenue into 100. So I can say basically what is the relation? Y is equal to X into D represents here total data. Okay, total volume of the data which has been transferred upon total revenue. Okay, that is the data plus voice and into 100. So this is the relationship between the two graphs, the values which is on the Y-axis upon values which is on the X-axis. And if you understand this, then all the questions can be done now quick. Okay. Can I move to the next slide? Please tell me. Question number 23. Okay. Now just here. For question number 23, I told you that the answer is nothing but option number 4. How? Just here. It says if the total revenue received is same for the pairs of countries listed in the choice, choose the pair that has approximately the same volume of the data transfer. Same volume of the data transfer. Okay. So let me select the pen tab. Pen first. Okay. Yes. Now, so it says total revenue is same. Okay. And we have got the relationship already here that Y is equal to X into total data upon total revenue. Now into 100 छोड़ देता हूं. Can I leave the 100 part? Neglect कर सकते हैं whenever I need to find out the ratios here. Okay, we can multiply it by 100. So it says choose the pair that has approximately the same volume of the data transfer. Okay, that's the same value of the data transfer. So D, it is equal to nothing but Y into R upon X. The same volume of data transfer. So for which two countries the data is same? If the total revenue received is the same. So revenue is constant here. Okay, so revenue is already constant here. So choose the pair that has approximately the same volume of the data transfer. Okay, so same, so basically the value Y by X, ये जो होना चाहिए, ये दो वैल्यूज किस दो कंट्रीज की सेम है, यही मुझे कैलकुलेट करना है. Yes or no? Revenue is same for all the countries, and if the data is also same for all the countries, so it means what? I just need to check that the graph of Y by X for which two countries Y by X is same. Please tell me yes or no. Okay, which two countries Y by X is same. Is that part clear to all of you? This is what this question is asking about. Please respond, Nikita, Avinash, Jatin, everyone. Okay. So it is same for UK and Spain. You can calculate, or if I draw a line from the axis like this. It's not a straight line, but अगर मैं एकदम straight line draw करूंगा, तो you can easily observe that UK and Spain, they are lying on the same line. So you can do it without using any calculator. You can see that the UK and Spain, they are lying. Because if Y by X is same, it means that is constant. So Y is equal to nothing but KX. Means the two values, they should lie on the same line from the passing through the origin. So if I join the line from origin to Spain, और इसी line को continue करूंगा, तो ये UK से भी pass करेगा. It means Y by X is same for these two, UK and Spain. Like if I'm talking about Philippines and Austria. Okay. So Philippines का देखो, Philippines तो यहां पे गया, क्या इसी लाइन पे ऑस्ट्रिया लाई कर रहा है क्या? नहीं ना, तो वो तो ऑप्शन नहीं हो सकता है. सिमिलरली कनाडा एंड पोलैंड, सो पहले मैं कनाडा से ड्रॉ कर देता हूं, ओरिजिन से कनाडा तक ज्वाइन करता हूं, और उसका पोलैंड भी इसी लाइन पे लाई करना चाहिए, बट पोलैंड तो इस लाइन पे लाई नहीं कर रहा, तो आई कैन रिजेक्ट ऑप्शन नंबर 1 एज वेल एज ऑप्शन नंबर 2. सेम वे Germany and USA, they should lie on the same line passing through the origin. So if I start from origin and if I go through the Germany, okay, so Poland, you can see, nahi, Germany and USA. Is Germany and USA lying on the same line? No. Germany and USA are बहुत अलग अलग है ना, तो सेम लाइन पे कभी लाई नहीं कर सकते हैं. And similarly Denmark and Mexico. Now tell me, was this question easy or difficult? There was no calculations. You can avoid the calculations, yes or no? But the understanding, if you understand it well, जैसे मैंने ब्रेकअप करके किया है, and I've told you that whenever there is a question related with the ratios, तो पहले understand the ratios, what ratios they are asking, then it will be easy for you. So can I move to the next question, question number 24? So it was purely observation based. Okay. Now, it says it was found that the volume of data transfer is same that of the Singapore. Okay, data transfer. So we know, we have already found out the relationship that Y is equal to X into the data transfer upon total revenue. Okay, it means the data transfer is equal to Y upon X into total revenue. Now, it was found that the volume of data transfer in India is the same as the Singapore. So for India and then Singapore. So I just need to equate India and Singapore. Okay. So for India, what is the Y and what is X? Can anyone tell me? For India, what is Y and what is X? So you can say this is here, it is India. Okay. So for India, Y by X. So Y axis, it is approximately 9. X, it is 1 approximately. So for India, it is 9 by 1 into revenue of India. It is equal to, let's say for Singapore, where is Singapore in the graph? This is the value. So I think it is 21. Y axis, it is 21. X axis is approximately 9. So 9 into revenue of Singapore. Okay. So from here, I'll get that the revenue of the Singapore, the ratio of revenue of Singapore to revenue of India, it is equal to 18, 9 nines are 81 by 21, which is approximately equal to 4. So the answer is option number 3. The total revenue in India is about 4 times that of the Singapore. Singapore is about 4 times that of, reverse. Ulta likh diya. The revenue of Singapore is about 4 times that of India. So revenue in Singapore is about 4 times that of India. Any doubts to anyone now in this question? Question number 24, please tell me. Pakka, can I move to the next question then? So now tell me, I think this was doable. If you understand it properly, तो ये set किया जा सकता था. Now, 25. Okay. So for 25, let's see here. It is expected that by 2010, the revenue from data transfer, okay, let me write down the values here. We already know y is equal to nothing but x into total data upon total revenue. Okay. Now, it was expected that by 2010, revenue from the data transfer as a percentage of total revenue will triple for India and double for Sweden. So let me write down India and then Sweden. Okay. So it is triple for India. So basically it is talking about the values of y. Okay. Data transfer as a percentage of total revenue will triple for India. Okay. So for India and Sweden, so for India, the value of y will become triple. So right now for India, the value of y, it is equal to how much? 9%. Okay. Now India, it is equal to 9%. So now it will become 9 into 3, which is equal to 27%. And for Sweden, it is almost getting double. So let me see what is the value for the Sweden. Where is Sweden in the graph? Lot of data are given. Na? यहाँ पे Sweden है. So Sweden is approximately, it is equal to how much? 18%. Okay. So that is 18 into 2. It is equal to 36%. So these are the new values in the year 2010. Values of y in India and Sweden. Okay. Assume that in 2012, the revenue. So here I am talking about the revenue. Total revenue in India is twice that of Sweden. So India revenue is 2R and let us assume the Sweden revenue is equal to R. And that of the volume of the data transfer is same. So the data transfer volume is same. So I'll say, let's say it is D and it is D. Then what is the percentage change of increase of ARDT in India? So I need to find out the percentage change in X. Okay, I need to find out the percentage change in X. So what are the values of X? If there is no change in ARDT in Sweden. So for Sweden, what is the ARDT? We can see the value of X in the Sweden. Value of X in the Sweden, that is approximately 6. Okay, so X. So for Sweden, it is 6. So I need to find out what is the value of X for India in the year 2010. And once we calculate in the year 2010, then we need to compare with the previous value. Okay. So now rest everything depends upon the calculation. So अब मुझे बताओ यहाँ पे क्या होगा? We know one thing, that the volume D is same for both of them. Isn't it? The value of D is same for both of them. So I can take that portion and we can calculate here. So total volume is same here. So D is equal to what? Y into R by X. So for India, what is Y? That is 27 into revenue, that is R upon X I need to calculate, is equal to. What is the data transfer for the Sweden? That is equal to Y, which is equal to 36%. Revenue is equal to R, and that is the 6. So from here, X is equal to, can anyone tell me what is the value of X? If I solve this, क्या आ रहा है? 6 are 36. Okay, that is 9. So X is 9. And what is the initial value of X for India? It was 1. Yes or no? And from 1, it has moved to 9. So what is the percentage change? That is 800%. So the percentage change is 800. So the answer will be option 3, which is 800. Now tell me if there is any doubts to anyone in this set. Okay, so that completes all the 25 questions. So any doubts to anyone now in this CAT 2008 DILR section? A lot of questions were there based on calculuses, but not a straightforward calculuses. Okay, so should we end the session now? Okay, guys, great. So good day to all of you and see you all in the evening. At 7 o'clock, there is a session on parasymbols, and at 9 o'clock, I'll discuss the IPM paper. All right? So good day to all of you. Both on YouTube. Yes, both on YouTube.